Warning, this is not intended to diagnose, treat, or prescribe any disease, disability, or disorder you might have. Please do two things before putting any of the information in this video to use. As this is not medical advice, it is only pure information, and I'm never going to claim I'm a doctor or claim to prescribe anything, as I am not about I try to be as little about quackery as possible. 1. Consult your healthcare professional and make sure you get both their consent and willingness to work with you. If you don't, then never go any further past this warning. 2. For those who listen and acquire their healthcare professional's consent and willingness to work with you, get allergy and sensitivity tested for any and all of the foods, substances, supplements, or extracts I may refer to. If you don't heed these warnings, follow these two pieces of medical advice, I will not be responsible for any of your actions. You have been thoroughly warned, and you have been advised. Don't try this shit at home. Take care. On to the video. Hey guys, here's another episode of a little how-to trick. You see that? Is that yellow on my hand? Curcuminoids are very potent antioxidants. They resist oxidation, which also means they are hard as fuck to get out of your clothes. Hard as fuck. It's possible. It's just very hard to get out of your clothes. That's why you have to have like peroxide on your hands for a little while. Try that. And do that a few times before washing. It's a bitch, but it's possible to get out. But it's a real bitch and a half to do. That's a little trick there. But the main trick I wanted to tell you, that's before washing your hands, get some peroxide on these areas where the curcuminoids are at, and also do it with your clothes. And a couple other, and that's before doing it a few times, and that should help reduce and eventually rid them. Now, that's also why yellow mustard stains hard to get out, because of the curcuminoids of turmeric, which is an additive. Now, the trick I wanted to tell y'all today is, well, what are ways to improve refrigerators? I'll give you a list. And what these tricks are simple. Just give me a moment. You can't feel the electricity flying between you and me, then maybe you should come a little closer. One foot in front of the other. Anyways, here we go. Look at me now. Won't you listen to my heart? That's how you do that little towel trick. I'm telling you, I'm teaching y'all all kinds of shit today, ain't I? Blocks the coldness of the refrigerator from directly freezing the leaves. Do like that, and just put it up like so. But the tricks to improving a refrigerator are simple. A couple. Here's a list. More than a couple. Be sure to cut a couple. You don't need to do that. Woo. Anyway, number one. Take that compressor that's in the bottom. So it's heat flows upward. Heat rises and expands out all directions, but rises upward as it does too. Here's the thing. Put that fucking compressor on top of the refrigerator. Put screening around it, where you can just vacuum that off. And you take the screening off, unbolt it from the top refrigerator, and clean the shit off, the coils off once in a while. You'll save money that way. You'll use less electricity to keep it just as cold. So that's a turn. Electric companies don't mind that. Electric companies like you having that shit on the bottom, because it means you're pumping them more cash to do the same shit, even if they don't necessarily have to have it. There's other ways they can supply their infrastructure. That's called greed, motherfucker. It's called love of money. Because money is not the root of evil. It's just a means to any in your heart desires. When you treat money as it's the end itself, and the love of money is which is greed, is your sin. Is the center or root of evil. That's the truth. That's the point that has to be made. And, well, so you got that. You put the compressor stuff that compresses the gases that channel heat out of the fridge. Pulls the heat out. Put that stuff on the top. Step 2. Place that light bulb socket in there keep all the other components that you can that it's sitting on, but replace that joker with a blue LED lights that shine at only half the brightness when the refrigerator is closed. When you open it, it technically keeps the shit. It fully brightens everything up in there. So it's got a blue hue to it, but I'll explain. Blue LED with a link reference in the description below. Because what you're doing is you're using a certain specific light spectrum of light and the blue LEDs to kill negative or bad germs and stuff that'll fuck with your food and can make you sick. So that's a big one right there. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Nice pecker hard. Well, next thing to consider. Sorry. Next thing to consider is once that blue LED setup is made, consider using a little air pump. Okay, drilled through the side of the fridge, a hole through the side, fully drilled through it, put a uniseal in there and a pipe. what's going to happen is you pull a vacuum in the inside of the fridge, you pull all the air out. So the mitochondria of different germs won't be allowed to respirate, give respiration, because that's how different microbes breathe, eat, and drink. In some cases, get water. Or in some cases, like in cancer cells or certain parasitic germs or certain parasitic cells, like, that make cancer, like, in other words, our blood. So that's the thing to think about. Nothing to consider is once the air is gone, the respiration is able to they can't do respiration. They'll start to starve a little bit from certain once you've also put the LED light setup in there instead of the traditional light bulb, you can make it just as bright and it'll dim down to a lower level when you shut it. It's easy. A little button can be useful for that. A little button that causes the light to flicker, come on when it's released, and then pushed and shuts off. Deal is that'll kill the bad bacteria, bad germs, bad mold, bad bacteria, bad mold, and bad yeast that can be crawling in there. It'll kill them. So your food will last even longer. Now pulling a vacuum prevents oxidizing of the fruits and veggies, and it pulls the ethylene out of there to stop the ripening if you want it to. So that's another thing to consider. Your produce make ethylene gas in small amounts. That's how they ripen. You put a stop to that, you get rid of all that problem. Because keep the vacuum pulling that out. It stops the problem. Another little thing, these little plastic curtain deals, whatever, little plastic strands at about, they have in the Walmart in front of the carts. Well, you can do that in the doorway of your refrigerator. So you just push that shit aside and look for what you want in there. And as a result, that keeps cold from coming out as easily. And once you've done this, that also saves you money on electricity as well. So you're using less electricity to do the same amount of work. So that saves you. It saves you some fucking dosh, which is always good. If you want that leaves you more dosh to do other shit. Electric companies have other means, companies have other means to get the same amount of cash. They're out there. You just need to know about it. You need the knowledge of this shit. Apply it, and then you have to. That's free market environmentalism due to several factors. You're not throwing as much away. You're not throwing as much money away in food. You're not paying as much on electricity to do the same amount of cooling. 3, you're using less electricity and you're killing bad germs. And stopping the oxidizing of different fruits, vegetables, and whatever. For making it last longer. That's applying vacuum technology and all these other things to refrigerators. Freezers could probably do it too. It's like vacuum sealing food, but for the refrigerator. Just say it works. It's applying the same principle as vacuum sealing inside a fridge and doing all these other things to reduce electricity as a whole to do the same amount of work. And there's a net reduction. Real small pump to pump the air out. Centrifugal pump, a small one to pull the vacuum. Works just fine. You switch it off and you open up. Turn it off, you switch a valve to slowly open and go pull it open, and there you go. You can get access to whatever you need in there. Pull the little plastic curtain like thing, just sheet things aside. Oh, there's my cheese. Oh, there's my bananas. Watch me whip. Your Uncle Nay. Had to throw that in there just to fuck with you guys. So you have those means to improve refrigerators and
that saves, just to put it simply, these tricks and moddings to your refrigerator saves you money because it reduces the amount of power you use to keep your shit cold, and you're killing bad germs. It's stopping the ripening or oxidizing of fruits and vegetables when you do this. And your food lasts longer, saving you money. There's a reason all that compressor shit that does your cooling in your refrigerator is in the bottom. It's a waste, but they're making money off of that wasting of energy when you should put it on top. Remember that, folks. I will link you in the description below. That'll explain everything. Love you guys. See you around.